Suzanne says, how do you get past some of the barbs that the women say to you? I would have a hard time. Oh, sometimes I have a hard time. I had a really hard time this season a couple of times, trust me. I would say, if I'm being honest, I had a meltdown. And I don't do that, if you guys know me. I mean, of course, I've had my moments of getting upset or this and that, but I had a little mini meltdown. I don't even know if it was mini. It wasn't mini. I was like, I can't handle one more thing. It was one of those days, and it was just, really hard. And, that was, so I don't handle, and other times I'm like, I handle it well, and sometimes I was just like, I can't. I'm just not strong enough on this particular day. So, we all have our moments. What can I say?
RHOBH Kyle Richards discusses whether the season 14 cast is over her. Star of RHOBH Kyle Richards discusses whether or not the other cast members are tired of her in season 14. It's been said that her co-stars were sick of hearing Kyle complain all the time. Even though she wasn't sure if she would come back for another year, she did, and things weren't looking well at the moment. What then does the foremother have to say about herself? For additional information, continue reading. RHOBH Kyle Richards discusses whether the season 14 cast is over her. Due to his poor performance in the last few seasons, Kyle Richards thought twice about rejoining RHOBH. During significant times in her career, she considered stepping down but ultimately decided against it. After a terrible vacation to Aspen, season 12 concluded with her sister Kathy Hilton losing it. Kathy made horrible remarks about every member of the cast, including Kyle. They were at a standstill now that they had eventually made up. Then, when season 13 arrived, it was all about the marital problems between Kyle and her husband, Mauricio Umansky, who had been married for almost 30 years. Despite claims to the contrary, she was purportedly having an affair with country music artist Morgan Wade. They were simply close friends. Kathy and Kyle had made up by the time of the reunion, but she and Mauricio were no longer legally linked. Mauricio's new relationship with Nikita Khan and Kyle's approaching divorce were the main obstacles to his decision to go back. There are a few rumors that the cast is sick of her complaining during her breakup, but is that actually the case? Kyle claims that is wholly untrue and has cleared the air. Reality Blurb reports that Kyle Richards acknowledged that although she can be challenging at times, she has had a lot of support from everyone. That is untrue. Despite the fact that I have had my moments this season, certain folks have been encouraging. Everyone has been incredibly kind and helpful, whether or not we are experiencing problems. All of us are female. Since we're all mothers, they could relate. Even though they were all encouraging, other than Kathy Hilton, who returned this season, who was truly there for Kyle when she needed a shoulder. Without a doubt, Erica. Constantly resolute assistance and, she's always supported me. She has always been a reliable friend and a huge supporter. Therefore, I am always really grateful for her. Everyone must take responsibility for their actions over the season and make an effort to make amends during the reunion. Kyle Richards believes that when it comes to the season 14 RHOBH reunion, who needs to answer the most? Sutton. Me, Dorrit. I'm sure there will be inquiries as well. There are those who need to justify themselves. There are those that are inquisitive about many subjects. They will therefore have the most to answer to for several reasons. Although filming for that won't begin for some time, Kyle is aware that she will be under scrutiny when it does. But even with everything she endured, she acknowledges that the season was restorative. That was actually the season's greatest part. I feel like it's been therapeutic in some weird ways. I guess those are some of my favorite things, along with other enjoyable things we did. In many ways, facing these issues and growing closer to some of the individuals I wasn't as close to previously can be really helpful. Indeed, it appears that this season will be fascinating. There are a few more stories on the cast experiences this season. Little occurrences like these can make for a weird season. It's said that Sutton Strack's horse kicked Dorrit Kimsley. How excited are you for season 14? By now, are you over it? Furthermore, Do you believe that the actors are genuinely tired of her and that she is just acting that way? Tell us in the comments section below.